Hey guys, I just wanted to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Amina. I do sneaker and lifestyle content. I have a lot of great videos coming for you guys soon. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love that I got on my first video. It was way more than I expected and I really appreciate you guys. I know you guys have been super excited for me to post another video, so here you go. But yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, if you're new here or you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. And don't forget to like this video. Like I always say, if I post content that you guys like, make sure you like the video so that I know it's something you guys are interested in and I can bring you more content similar to that. I actually do have a Q&A video coming for you guys soon, so you can leave your questions in the comments of this video, or like I said, you can DM them to me on Instagram. So today I'm actually going to be reacting to the Complex's Sneakers of the Year video. As some of you guys may know, they usually announce their Sneakers of the Year at ComplexCon via like a panel. But because of the pandemic, there was no ComplexCon this year. There was something called Complex Land. I'm not really too sure about what it was, but I saw that they did do a YouTube video that like said something about Complex Land Sneakers of the Year, and I believe there is still a panel. This is my first time watching the video. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just gonna kind of be commenting and just saying what I think of the lineup as well as like the panel discussion as I go along. So this is a blind reaction. As always, I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm gonna get straight into the video.
Nike down in a motherfucking snake pit. Now I'm typing niggas give it out and I don't take shit.
How do we feel about 2020, the year in sneakers?
If I can go, I can just say I think it was ill. Ill all the way around.
I think it was cool. I don't think it was as sure as last year with like just knowing what's the top shoe, but I think some real good sneakers came out this year.
I think it was legit all the way through, and then also like there was some retros that came back out this year. I didn't have them on my list because I felt like I didn't want to go that route. But that even made the year even better.
Yeah, I think it was really, really dope. I was a little scared when the Corona hit. I thought we was gonna be fucked. Like I thought we wasn't gonna get no drops, no nothing. I thought the sneaker game was thank God we got it.
So let's get into.
The question was, how do you feel about 2020 as a sneaker year, like the drops and everything? Yes, I think some really good sneakers did come out, of course. There are a few things that I got or I'm still trying to hunt down in my size. Like Nike was definitely like, okay, cool. They dropped a lot of good stuff. But as far as Jordan brand, they dropped a lot of stuff that was super iffy to me. Like a lot of the Jordan 1 colorways that came out I wasn't really feeling. And then just a lot of like them just coming up with new colorways and dropping them just because a certain shoe was popular, just because they realized they were getting like a lot of attention this year. Them just putting out like honestly bullshit.
10 sneaker of the year, Double Tap's New Balance 992. This will not be the first New Balance that appears on this list, so we'll give you guys a hint.
Him saying there's gonna be another New Balance, I feel like it's gonna be the Joe Freshgood New Balance. I don't know, I'm not really super into New Balances, so I don't really have a crazy opinion on it, so let's keep going.
And at number 9, the Yeezy Quantum basketball shoe.
I actually did really like those. I wanted them when they came out. I definitely should have went to All-Star Weekend because it was in Chicago, but it was also Valentine's Day weekend, so I didn't go. And they did like an exclusive drop of those there, but this was one of the shoes from All-Star Weekend that I did really, really want. I'm sure if you guys were there, or even if you weren't, you guys saw the pictures of Kanye and his team like riding around in the tanks handing that shoe out, which I think did contribute to like a lot of the hype around the shoe. Yeah, I do really like this shoe. It looks really good on foot. Design is crazy. The colors are nice. You can wear them with anything. I think they look really good with shorts. So yeah, I'm not mad at this.
I particularly don't like this one. I do like the blue pit.
Number 8, we have the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low.
I've been so back and forth about how I feel about this shoe really since like the images released. Then once it came out and I saw it like in hand, I did really like it, but in seeing that shoe just over and over and over again, it kind of made me realize like, yeah, I don't really think I like this. Or that paired with all of the people on Instagram, the thousands of pictures I saw of people wearing those, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, it's a cool shoe, cool concept, but it's just not.
Number 7, Dior Air Jordan 1. Complex's argument was it was very, very tough to get. Like, you know, a lot of times we have friends and family shoes and they don't.
Let me ask you something. That's a problem? That it's tough to get? That's
what I got. Yes, that's what I got.
That's what makes it number one.
And I don't have that shoe.
That's what makes it number one.
I couldn't get that shoe. I still can't get that shoe.
I am honestly okay with this being number 7 on the list. It was definitely, yeah, I still think that there were better shoes that came out this year that, like they were saying, were also more, you know, achievable for the average collector. And I think that that is something that really does contribute to the placement on the list. Is it even an attainable sneaker? Like, can someone who's into sneakers and collecting sneakers actually have it in their collection? And like he was saying, there are celebrities who couldn't even get this shoe, so it's just like, and while that is true, like, what does make like a crazy collection is having shoes that are unattainable or are more exclusive. But I feel like crazy, like, it's one thing for a shoe to come out for a regular price and then it shoot up to being like $1,000 or something over time, or there are limited pairs and so it's a higher price. But the retail of a shoe being $2,000 is just like unrealistic, you know. So it really is like more of a designer shoe, wear on an occasion type of shoe. And I think the number 1 shoe should be something that's like practical.
Down the middle. Number 6, OffWhite Air Jordan 4.
I'm honestly surprised that that made number 6, because not only the hype around it, but that was a really great shoe at number 6. I would have thought it would at least been in the top 5. Like I said earlier, wear with anything, dress up, dress down, like the color, that sail color all over, just, I don't know, it was perfect. Hot take about women's sizing, they've made so many shoes in only men's sizes and never like made a women's release, of course, because that's something they just brought back, as well as never made a grade school release. And I'm probably just hating, but I think that crazy shoes like this, like that are made in women's sizes, should not come in women's extended sizes, because like even like the trash women's releases still come in like the bigger sizes. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they should really just start making stuff in women's sizes strictly, like no extended sizes, just so like the guys can get a taste of like what it's like to not be able to get it, because it literally doesn't exist. Like, there are so many shoes that never came in a size that I could fit that I would love to have in my collection.
The number 5 sneaker of the year, the Adidas Yeezy Foam Runner.
Come on, y'all see now y'all playing.
Like it?
Number 5, and first of all, I don't see this being sneaker of the year. Like, it was more on the slide side, and I don't know, I felt like a lot of people weren't talking about this shoe. Like, of course I'd see people with it out, or like see people with it on Instagram, like it's like a cool casual shoe. But yeah, that's really interesting. And it's always exciting for a new like Yeezy silhouette to come out, but yeah, I really didn't see this one coming number. I think some are coming out with the Gap collection though, so if I can get them for retail or anything under $150, I definitely need a pair though. So
number 4 sneaker of the year that we have, the Joe Fresh Goods 992.
I told you, because the concept that he had behind the shoe really was conveyed in the shoe. Like, you look at that shoe and you do still see like, okay, this is a heart. Like, from the colors to the way the colors are paneled, like it really came out really well.
3, the Jordan 4 Union. Sue has the Guava Ice colorway, which was more limited. It only released at Union. The black.
First look, I'm like, yeah, this shit is terrible. Definitely hate the guavas, honestly and truly. I don't like that colorway. Didn't really like the black ones at first, but after seeing them like actual on feet pictures or like seeing them in hand, I started to like them more. And honestly, when I put them on my foot, I did really like them, because of course I have a small foot, and to me everything, almost everything, looks better in a smaller size. So they really did grow on me after I tried them on, and I actually do kind of want the black pair. I just don't think they're worth the price. And honestly, them not being worth the price makes me feel like they were too high on this list. And this is like a newer release. Like, I feel like there were better shoes that came out earlier in the year. So yeah, I don't know about this one. Number 3, I feel like that's like a strictly hype thing, like strictly because it's Union, that they got placed so high. Union 1s are another shoe that I wish that I had bought when they were $1,000. But at the time, I'm like, $1,000 is way too much. Like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a sneaker. Plus of the fact that I have the money to spend on it, and of course I would have got a discount because I was working at StockX. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do this. At some point they're gonna drop in price. At some point they're gonna drop in price. They're $2,000 now. My guess for top 2, I know it's gonna be OffWhite 5s. I feel like number 1 definitely is probably going to be OffWhite 5s. And I want to say it'll probably be a Dunk. And he said there was another Dunk on this list. But I'm trying to think which one I think it would be. As far as hype, it's probably Chunky Dunky, honestly. So yeah, I'm going to guess number 2 is probably Chunky Dunkies and number 1 is probably OffWhite 5s. So let's see if I'm right.
2, sneaker of the year. The Ben & Jerry's Nike SB Dunk Low Chunky Dunky.
That didn't make number 1? Oh shit. Okay.
Before release, they made them seem like they were gonna just be so unattainable. It wasn't gonna be a lot of pairs. I feel like I saw so many people with this shoe, and that kind of really decreased like the wow factor for me. Like, at a point it was just kind of like, okay, because I thought it's like, okay, you're not going to see anybody with this shoe. Like, nobody's going to have these. At a point, it's like, okay, I'm tired of seeing this colorful ass shoe. Like, why am I seeing this everywhere? And then all of the fakes. I saw so many fakes of this shoe. Like, I know. I saw your picture and I knew. I do think for what the shoe was, as far as concept, like I said, in quality, it definitely is worth the resale price. I just don't know if I would ever pay that much. I think another reason that this shoe kind of did blow up and became, like he was saying, like a more household, like everyone knew about it, or it was talked about more, is because when all the protests and like stuff was going on, Ben & Jerry's was really like speaking out against you know, racism and social injustice and everything. And so they themselves, even besides the shoe, were getting a lot more attention and like a lot more traction to like their page, and probably even like had an increase in sales in their products. I actually don't mind the placement of this shoe on the list because it is a pretty like memorable sneaker. I'm also really curious to who is behind the design concept of this shoe. Like, did the owners of Ben & Jerry really like sit down and design this shoe, or was it someone on their team, or did someone at Nike design it for them? Because like all of the like little different small details and different textures, like the drip on the check and like the Ben & Jerry's heels behind it, like conceptually and design wise, this shoe is really crazy. And I'm definitely gonna have to look into if they actually designed this shoe themselves or if someone designed it for them.
But the number 1 sneaker of the year, the Off-White Air Jordan 5. Released All-Star Weekend, very limited. To me, I'll start, I just think Virgil, you know, he did the 10 years ago, and it was like, how do you top?
I definitely do agree with this being the number 1 shoe, especially even over all of the other shoes on the list. Design was great. The way he like twisted it and made it his own, that was great. Practicality, this shoe is so practical. You can wear them with an outfit. You can wear them like casually, like sweatpants, and I think that's something that's really important when you talk about the best shoe of the year. Even, I know I talked about like price, like for the price of this shoe, does it deserve to be on the list? Like, is it an attainable shoe? And honestly, for it to be an Off-White sneaker, the price wasn't even bad. I know they were going for like between $600 and $800, and they still are depending on size. So I think I actually don't have this shoe. I tried it on, and to me, on my foot, it wasn't as crazy. It didn't look as crazy like oh my god, wow, I have to have this, as it did like when I would hold it in my hand in my size. I don't want to say I like the white pair better, but for myself, I think that I do like the white. It was another shoe that came out All-Star Weekend. It came out so early in the year. For it to like hold it standing of, yes, this was the best shoe, the #1 shoe, here with like all the other crazy releases that came out. I think definitely it deserves to be #1. Practicality, attainability on this shoe is just so much more like, you know.
I'm not mad at it being at 1.
I think it definitely should have been at 3 behind the Chunky Dunky and Dior.
That's where I got it, guys.
Number 3.
Definitely not.
Looking down.
They are really clunky, and I do kind of hate clunky sneakers, but them being like that more like thin material kind of does help with that. And now that I have the white ones, I'm not in as much of a rush, but if you know me, you know that I like to have both shoes to like a set. I'm currently trying to get myself to collect all of the off-white blazers because I love my black pair. So yeah, I'll definitely probably end up getting these at some point. I might get them used to like kind of cut back on price. Also, if you know me, you know that I do prefer to buy used shoes, because if I buy a brand new pair of shoes, I'm not gonna wear them. Like, I've had shoes sit in my closet dead stock for years and either still haven't worn them, or I'm just always hesitant to break them out. So I really don't mind buying used shoes because that will encourage me to wear them.
It's a personal thing. I've tried everything. I just can't pull them off. Every time I put them on with it, I don't know. It's like something about, I don't know what it is.
Okay guys, so my camera's about to die and I don't want to lose any of my previous footage. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I honestly don't think that this was a bad list. They usually don't do too bad as far as like the sneakers that they do put on the list. There are definitely some things that I would have moved around that I didn't agree with. But honestly, more of what I didn't agree with wasn't like the list that they made. It was some of the comments from the panel as far as what they thought should have been #1 and why.